everyone, and welcome to the Random Heathen Ramblings podcast, where we discuss all sorts of things Germanic heathenry related. My name is Jesse, and I'm your host. Let's get into it.
The RHR workshop is dedicated to the old ways, offering a wide selection of animist ritual supplies, divination tools, altar goods, and home decor, including premium reindeer hides imported from traditional herders in northern Finland. Whether you're just starting your spiritual journey or looking to expand your collection with a custom drum, we have everything you need. Visit our online store at fjalvatir.com and discover the beauty of mountain spirit.
Hey folks, Jesse here, host of Random Heathen Ramblings, a podcast where we dive deep into myth, traditions, and modern spirituality from the perspective of Germanic heathens. For over 6 seasons, this show has grown into something more than I could have ever expected. And now, I'm taking the next leap. I am officially opening the door to sponsorships and collaborations. This means that I am actively seeking to partner with brands, artisans, organizations, businesses that align with the vision of this podcast. Ancestral wisdom, holistic wellness, grounded spirituality, and storytelling. If you have a product, a mission, or a message that resonates with the folks who listen to Random Heathen Ramblings, and I want to hear from you. Let's grow something real together. So check out the link down in the description of this video to connect with me. And as always, thank you so very much for joining me on this wild and worthy journey. Welcome to the live broadcast, everybody. Thanks for tuning in tonight, wherever you might be watching from. Facebook, YouTube. I don't know if this is going out to Patreon or not. I had it set up that way, but I couldn't have both things going at the same time. I'd be getting double audio on things. So if you are watching it live, great over there. If not, and you're catching it here on one of the two platforms that it is streaming to, appreciate you being here. We're going to have a guest coming on here in just a little bit when he joins here in just another few minutes. But I do want to say hello to the first live viewer who commented, my buddy John Deason. What's going on there, John? Good to see you. And it's going to be even greater to see you in person here in a few days. Just a couple of days, actually. Yeah, 2-3 days. But who's counting, right? How many more sleeps do we have? 2-3 sleeps? Yeah. So, for those of you that are wondering, John is going to be attending the Fire on the Mountain men's retreat this year with myself and about 8 other fine men, and looking very much forward to, rekindling those bonds, meeting some new folks, and doing the damn work. A lot of good stuff coming down the pipeline with regards to that event and the future of it. Perhaps more to come through me in the very near future about it, as we're able to share. So thank you all for being here. And just once again, if this is your first time catching this during the live, these are monthly recurring events, I guess you could say. I usually do them on Monday night. Sometimes I do them on a weekend. Just mainly falls in line with when I'm able to plan my normal podcast recording of things. And then if you aren't be able to catch the live stream, or if you're not able to stay through the whole thing, you can always rewatch and re-listen the next podcast that comes out. So, for example, this week's live stream is in the month of August, of course, but it will be going out to like the audio platforms and stuff to re-listen to next week. So basically the first week of September. I think that'll be like the 4th, something like that. So, subscribe to the YouTube channel if that's where you're watching it. Follow me on Facebook. John says, what do they say here? Yes, sir. Can't wait. Absolutely, man. I am 2.25. Yeah, 2.25 days, I guess, left to go. We're at the end of Monday, and we'll see each other Thursday. Can't get here fast enough? Yeah, absolutely. 2.25 sleeps. So, anyways, what we're going to be talking about today when I get my guest on here, and this guest that's coming on the show this week is a return guest. For those of you that have been following my show for any length of time, you should know who Blake Russell is. Blake is the musician that does the Scalded Works stuff. He plays like the toggle harp, and he plays in the local area down in Alabama where he is. And he's actually just joined me. So let me just go ahead, since we talked about him, bring him on screen here. What's up, Blake? Still trying to work out some audio things. Yeah, still not hearing you, man. That's okay. I'll let you figure it out. Hello, David. Good to see you again. Thanks for tuning in to the live stream again. Just waiting on Blake to get his audio thing figured out. Yeah, nothing yet, buddy. This is the fun part of the show that you guys only get to see when you join the live stream. Normally when we pre-record and guests come on the stage, we get all of these technical bits figured out in advance. And when we do these things live, we're kind of kicking, we're going right off the, hitting the ground running. So, Blake, you can hear me okay, right? There we go. I think I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. There we go. We got you now.
Yeah, I forgot to switch it over to my interface.
Oh, you got one of those like Roadcasters or something?
No, I have a Focusrite.
Oh, okay.
I'm a musician. I'm not a podcaster.
Yeah, well, I think interface, and that's where my mind goes, which I don't even use one of those. It's all push and go kind of things here from mine. But I forget that same thing, but just a different
format.
Different format. Thank you. I'll get it out eventually, but you helped me out there. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you, man? How are you?
Busy.
Are you?
Yeah, busy and getting grayer.
Yeah, join the crowd. I don't have a lot of it that shows up top because of the blonde, but the beard and funny enough, like I was laying out in the sun one day and I looked down on there's one of my beard hairs on my chest, and because it was gray. Nope, it was a gray chest hair. I got gray in my chest hair now, and I'm like, this is nuts. I don't know how I feel about all this.
It's mostly prominent in the beard, but that's about it. I got some on the top here, since the rest of it's been dyed back out because I had it bright purple, if you remember.
Yeah, you had some almost like an indigo purple kind of thing going on there.
Yeah, like a dark violet. But yeah, I've been busy.
Well, I'm glad that you could make some time to come on the show this week, and I had basically just gotten done with all of my normal housekeeping stuff, running some promo things. What's up there, Corey on YouTube says evening, and what else? He says just poured a blueberry maple mead that he bottled this week, and that sounds delicious and perfect for the summertime enjoyments. Berries, You know, anything berry themed, I think is a great uh, idea to have. I recently got back on like a gin kick, I guess you could say. I used to I wouldn't say I used to drink a lot of gin, but I would in the summertime I liked to sip on some gin,
Oh
and
yeah.
I hadn't had it in probably 20 years up until just recently when I was visiting uh, JM up there in North Carolina, and I know he likes it, so I picked up a bottle for us to share, and we had some delicious summertime. Uh, uh, I forget what he calls them, but it's basically it's gin, and then it's this like almost like this like muscadine wine that gets added to it with some juniper berries, and he had a sprig of northern spruce that he added to it, and it was very refreshing. So um,
Yeah.
I don't know where I got off on that. Well, we were talking about like things, berries and fruit themed drinks, and so I guess juniper, that's a berry. So we could you can make the argument that I'm staying on point with that. Um, cool, but Clule, of course, has been lucky. Gray hair has been all in the beard. Yeah, you know, it doesn't bother me. I mean, I don't think does it bother you, Blake? To
Nah, it's a
no,
bad. It's like I think I kind of want to grow it out gray a bit when it does. That way I could go all full wizard.
yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. There's one of the guys who's coming to Fire on the Mountain this year who he looks like Gandalf or Saruman even. He's got this great big long
Oh
white
yeah,
gray beard, man, that goes down to like his navel area. You know what I mean? Like he looks just like a great wizard. Um, and but yeah, I can't grow my beard out fully like guys like you. I get kind of beard
yeah,
envy from because I'm like, man, you know, you could get a beard struggle endorsement lickety split, you know, and I'm over here like struggle busting with just the goatee. So I did,
yeah. And here I am. I ended up chopping off about an inch and a half of it.
did you? Just had to
Yeah,
keep kind of almost like anything, right? You got to kind of maintain it.
yeah. It was kind of getting hung up in things, and
Oh yeah,
it was getting. It's like I don't even think to braid it, and honestly, I don't know if I know how to braid it, like beard wise goes, because I never do anything to style my beard or to style my hair.
yeah.
I just I just brush it out and go.
Do you use any like oils and balms and things like that for it?
No, I have some oils that somebody gave me years ago, but I'm not sure if it's maybe past expiration. I don't know, but
Mm,
I just when I wash it, I just wash it with conditioner and shampoo, and that's it.
yeah, yeah. If you're ever interested in getting into beard care products, you know who Zeb is, right? Skogamore,
Yes.
Room. He makes his own beard oils, and he's got several of his that I really like. He did one recently. I say recently. I picked it up this year at the Viking Experience because he was there
Yeah.
vending and performing, and so I was there doing my thing, and he had a new scent that he let me try, and it's like orange and cinnamon and clove.
Yeah.
Um, so if you like those types, but he has other ones. He has things that are kind of more like spruce or piney kind of scents. Um, but like the interesting thing about the the cinnamon and orange one was I think it's the cinnamon, but like when you get it on your skin, it almost has this like hot effect, like a tingling effect. Like you feel it almost like if you get like tea tree oil, you know how that kind of
Yeah.
feels on your skin. That's what it reminded me of,
Yeah.
and it smells great and it feels good. David Clen's beard, he said that when his beard, or let's see, when I receded far enough, I went. Oh, when his hair receded far enough, he went shaved head, and his beard is red and gray. Nice,
Oh,
nice. Well, it's great seeing everybody here on the month's live stream. Blake, it's great to have you here again.
yeah.
It's always a pleasure. And
Yeah.
so for everybody that is not aware, Blake does. I mentioned briefly before he got here. He does his musical project under the name Scaldic Works, and I believe recently, Blake, you've been getting out here to do performances in person,
Yeah.
right? Not just recording and releasing music.
Yes, I have three well, possibly potentially three shows lined up if the other person gets back to me about compensation stuff because I can't travel without that. That's a little farther away, and I'm gonna be staying overnight, and hotel fees are like through the roof, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
it's not
there's
cheap. So.
no camping on the grounds right now, so. But starting off, I am going to be in Arab, Alabama. We call it Arab or Arab, if wherever however you pronounce it. I will be at Sather Brewing Company. Um, they're doing a miniature Ren Fair, 1 day Ren Fair. I'll be performing that all day long, various
Oh wow.
spots, locations. I'm going to be playing at a feast there. I'm going to be playing some my drums for the SCA, local SCA. That's going to be just as they enter to do some walloping on each other.
Hmm.
And then I am slated. I was asked to do the Trials of Ragnarok in Clinton, Tennessee, close to
Okay.
Knoxville,
Yeah.
and that's the one I'm waiting on confirmation on. That on the um, what you
Getting
call it
reimbursed. Yeah.
reimbursements.
Yeah.
Um, he said he still had to think about it because he had to he get in touch with the rest of the group see if they can budget it. And I mean that's completely understandable. But again, my end is completely understandable, and I didn't charge him any more than just the cost of getting up there and
Yeah.
staying
Cover your
over.
expenses. Right.
Yeah, it's like
Everybody.
I try to make it worth his while at least, and you know,
Well,
it's like
I think it's very fair because you get a chance to attend the event, right?
yes,
I'm sure that the offer of you playing there came with the fact that you get to be there without having to pay like a ticket cost or whatever to get in.
yeah,
So that's a fair trade to then just say, yeah, great, I'd love to be there. You're just going to need to cover my my
yeah,
expenses. You know, you're not charging them to perform per se, but you are needing to cover those basic expenses, which is
yeah.
absolutely fair. So
And but that's also major exposure. So I'm kind of hoping he says yes.
yeah,
Even
yeah.
down, I am says
Have you ever?
yes. Huh?
I'm trying to think. The what was the name of the Renaissance Fair again, or Ren Fair?
The Ren Fair in Arab is just a miniature Ren Fair. The Arab Ren Fair, but this is called Trials of Ragnarok.
Oh, that's the one in Clinton.
Yes, that's the Viking
Oh,
Festival.
okay. Oh, okay. Trials of Ragnarok, huh? They must be. I don't know. Are they a newer thing? Because I don't think I've heard of them before.
I think they are new.
Oh, nice. David's going to be going. He says he's planning on making it, and he hopes that we can too.
I hope to see everyone there if I do. So
Nice.
hopefully it falls through.
Yeah,
If not, it is what it is. They couldn't do it, you know.
I hear you.
And
Maccabee Designs from YouTube says, long time no see. Yes, long time no see to you. I'm glad to see that your channel is still up and running and you're out there designing your things still. So thank you
I
for
love the Clippy
coming.
logo there.
Yeah, yeah, man, that's a throwback. That icon, dang. Was it Clippy?
Yeah,
Is that his name? Yeah. He would
yeah.
pop up and
Always
try and
wanted to
get you
get a
right.
copy of that, and I want to always get a copy of that and make a version of that for work when everybody's using the bathroom. It's like I see that you're trying to take a poo. Do you need help with that?
Maybe I can do what you there.
Yeah, I get that PG-13 there, so I was saying a little bit different word there. but
Everything come out okay?
yeah, going back to my events, I am also scheduled to play the Scottsboro Ren Fair in November of the 8th.
Okay, nice. Nice.
And Trials of Ragnarok is supposed to be 11th and 12th of October.
Okay. So you've got the shows local to you in Alabama, their Arab area, and then you've got hopefully this one in Clinton. that's in
Yeah,
October, and then you said you've
yes,
got the last one in November. So you've got several things lined up out the rest
yeah,
of the year to get your talent out there exposed, which is great. Happy for you, man. I'm glad to
yeah.
see you doing that.
And then the 14th of September, I'm doing a show with my mandolin instructor and a group with him. We're doing Tiro O'Carolan pieces. He
Oh,
was a, he's an Irish composer. He
okay.
was a blind harper.
Hmm. I
And
can
my
even see it
mandolin
going
instructor
interesting.
told me the difference between a harpist and a harper.
There is.
Yes, a harpist plays the big stage harps and orchestras, and a
Okay.
harper plays the small ones that are about yay high, the
Hmm.
lever harp instead of the pedal harp. So you have the
Okay.
pedal harp, and you have the lever harp,
Oh, that's
and we're
interesting.
trying to get. I know we're trying to get a harper who is a friend of mine to come up and play from Birmingham. And she
Nice.
probably knows all this stuff as well, but she does a lot of Irish gigs and Irish jam sessions as well, so she's pretty familiar with all this stuff.
Hmm. So
And
you're having to learn new material for these things now, I assume, right? As you
yeah, and
performing
I'm
there.
playing mandolin for that one, so that one's a little bit. It's a little bit more. Turo Carolyn's a little bit more curveballish because you never know what he's gonna what you're gonna get from him, because he's got so many pieces. He's got over like 200 pieces of
Oh
music,
wow.
and we're only doing a set list of probably at least 10, maybe 20. I
Hmm.
can't,
Are they
but
relatively short songs? Like or
they
do they
can
go
they
on?
can be they can be. Some have repeats, some don't.
Okay.
Um, some are more like more trickier than others.
Yeah.
Especially his concerto is a little bit more trickier, but it's fun to
Oh
play.
yeah.
There's a lot of ones that are like real fun to play, and we're getting there. We're getting better at it and stuff. It's not a whole bunch of like beginners, but it's a bunch of like intermediate to more advanced players doing this kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
And
Nice.
it's like going to be, we have a place called Bird on the Mountain. It's on Montesano, and it's like a they have like this they have like log cabins and everything like that around. I played
Hmm.
the Christmas show there one time, a couple about a decade and a half ago,
Very
when I
cool.
was playing fiddle music with a band of our that I was with, and so we're going to be in the museum there, but that's the fourth show I have, but that's not Nordic related,
Yeah.
but it's a show,
Well, no,
and
man, that's cool that you're getting the chance to showcase your talent beyond just the Nordic theme stuff. Because obviously you're a musician first and foremost, and you know your skaldic work stuff it leads more into that, you know,
yeah,
bardic skaldic type stuff from the Nordic areas. So, but it's you're a musician first and foremost, so it's cool that you're getting the chance to
yeah,
showcase your talent in other ways.
oh yeah, and then I'm also doing something. We got a we're kind of doing like a thing. We have a thing now for our weekly pagan night outs at the meadery, where people or the it's a monthly event at the Ravenwood Meadery over there.
Yeah.
We are now having volunteers do little miniature things, and I decided to volunteer for the December one, and I decided to do it was either do a like a drum meditation thing journey kind of thing, or a attempt a condensed version of a stumble with a
Ah,
group.
fun. Yeah. Yeah.
And she told me to do the stumble thing, so I'm leading a stumble.
Very cool, man.
So
That's awesome.
I'm gonna do my research, and I'm gonna have to figure out how we can expedite the drink. What we can do about the drinking part of it, because that's a lot of alcohol for the meadery itself. So I may have to either help run it or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
But my goal is to do it like a condensed version, and then maybe one day so it introduces it to them, and then maybe do like a later on like a thing with where we can have more of an expanded thing on it, you know.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
maybe do like
I might see about having you out there when we do it, the expanded version.
yeah, I'll keep my eyes peeled, man, or let me know.
Let you come speak, you know, about it. Because the way when you spoke at Shaman last year about it, I thought of you that you would be great for this. You know, it'll be a great topic for you to cover.
Oh, thank you.
And if
I
we
love
had,
talking about it. Like Sumbel is probably like one of my favorite things about even
oh yeah,
ceremonies is Sumbel, and it's not just because I give a reason to, or an excuse or whatever to have some drinks. I love
yeah,
the ceremony, the social aspect of it, the hearing other people speak, and the toasts and the boasts and everything about like it's such
the
a
laughter,
beautiful thing. And
the laughter, the
yes,
crying, that
yes,
kind of. Yeah, me too.
yeah,
I've never had a full Stumble myself. Like I did a mock one with you, but I have never experienced like the full libations and stuff like that, you know, going around.
mm,
But
oh
um,
man, get ready
but
then.
the thing is, I thought like I've been thinking of ways to get you down there to do some like speaking work or down here, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I'm trying to plan that ahead of time. Eventually, when I start talking to Rue about um, the owner, telling her that I'll do my thing first, and then we'll talk about that after that fact about arranging like an event like that, talking about it
yeah, sure, man.
because
Definitely
that
keep
way,
me in mind.
yeah, because the condensed version is just to introduce them to it and just to do something for the group, you know,
Right.
and and Rue thought it was a great idea because of the time of year, because of December. Um,
Yep.
so I thought, I mean, that's what I was thinking. I was like, what can I contribute? I could either drum and do like a drum journey, or I can do
The Sumbel, yeah.
I could do a little stumble to
It's a
bring
great
in the
idea.
heat aspect about it, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
And
100%.
because last time we did, somebody made it for Lunasa, the pagan Lunasa. They did it on corn husk dolls.
Yeah.
They showed how to make a corn husk dolls, and then then before that somebody led a poem which I helped on doing some drumming with. Um, it was for a woman's one of our elderly women's birthday that comes around.
Nice.
Um, so that was a
Very cool.
beautiful kind of ceremonial kind of thing. And again, the reason why Rue told me not to do the drumming is because somebody else is doing drumming for their
Yeah, I can
segment.
see that. Yeah, just to try not to double down on one thing and make it
Yeah.
diverse and not steal something from one person's thing that they're
Oh,
doing. I get that. Yeah.
yeah. So we agreed on that, and so I'll do the research on that because I want to do my research on everything. Make sure I do. I may
Yeah.
have to write. I may have to write everything down.
You know what
Um,
you might think of one year? I don't know if you've ever thought of coming to the Nashville Pagan Pride Day.
mhm.
Um, and maybe when they open up for like because every year obviously after the event I forget when they start opening up like vendor applications and stuff
Yeah,
they do have performers that play there. Maybe that might be, I don't know if you've ever thought of um,
yeah. I think it's kind of
planning
too late for
ahead
me.
for that, but
Yeah, it's probably too late for me to plan that one this year.
yeah, it's in October, the October 4th, and I think they cut off the vendor applications a few months ago,
But
maybe. I don't know.
yeah, October 4th is kind of a bad time for me because that's when I play at a local. It's called a Fillers Convention over here. It's
Uh-huh.
a it's like a bluegrass folk festival, and my grandfather always and I used to attend it all the time together when we were young, when he was around and stuff, and I do that in honor of him.
Very cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll be at Nashville Pagan Pride. My wife and I will be there, and a friend of ours.
Yeah,
I'll be there to do rune readings, and she's
yeah,
got some wood burning crafts that we're going to bring along and offer for sale.
yeah. And
And
then I looked at the calendar and I'm like, oh crap, because when I have something snapped in my mind. Like I realized that the weekend of the Fillers Convention is also the weekend before Winter Nights. So now I'm like, okay, now I gotta go from going playing the Fillers Convention both Friday and Saturday to that Friday and Saturday to going probably Sunday night and doing a small at home Winter Night split.
hmm It's a busy time of year for a lot of us folks, which is an interesting thing to kind of segue into our topic
Yeah,
for tonight. You had written an email into me about
yeah,
um, dual tribal allegiances or something, I think was what you
yeah.
were asking about,
Dual
right?
ritual, like dual ritual allegiances or something.
Yeah. So I think maybe and I guess how that ties into what you were saying is because when there are, the times of the year when heathens observe their holy tides, especially if you're uh, doing so along the historically accurate reckonings of those events,
Yeah,
you run into like everybody's got something going on around that time of the year, and if you are obligated or whatever, it's one place and you have to forego going, or how do you balance all that out, right? Like how do you uh,
yeah,
can you even, is it possible, or are you going to just
yeah,
burn yourself out? Is it too much to take on? And I thought it was a great conversation. I'm sure
yeah.
if anybody that's watching this has thoughts along the way, go ahead and drop them in the comments, and I'll read them out as we go.
But
Um,
yeah,
but you
my
had a specific thing, right?
yeah, my concern was I have a friend who is agoraphobic, like create like he does not feel comfortable about going out with where there's people, a lot of people. He doesn't even
Mm,
eat he doesn't even eat out. Like he gets his food, comes home or whatever. Um, and we've been doing things together for a few, maybe 1 or 2 years now.
mm,
Um, because I had nobody to do ritual with, and I was like, let me start getting him involved because he's been wanting to do it for a while. So we've been doing it for a while I still um, I will not technically search for a tribe of my own, another bigger tribe of my own, but more like just wait for the right one to come around.
mm,
And my concern is if I did join one, because I still am running just two manning this thing right now, is that since he does not want to go out and intermingle with other people, is if I can do two rituals,
mm. Like, yeah, on the same day, you mean, or just at the same time, or
like different times. Like I
different
plan,
times? Yeah.
I plan like his on a different day or a
Sure.
different weekend, close
Yeah.
to the but it still be considered him considered like a micro tribe or something, since it's just between me and him.
Yeah. Well, it's I think one of the things to, if you're really going to think about it in the context of a tribe, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, you can have a couple of friends, you can have you and somebody else, and you can, you know,
yeah,
and if that's all it is, then that's all it is. You know what I mean? You're friends, and you're choosing to hold holy tides with your friend, and celebrate in that way and share in that enjoyment, that fellowship, that frith, maybe even.
yeah.
Um, let's just real quick here say hello Sherry. Um, live stream him in. What's up, Sherry? Good to see you this way. It's been a while since I've seen you and Bat in person, so I hope you're all doing well. But when you talk about rituals that that a tribe would attend. When it's multiple families, multiple members, consisting of a collective, of a tribe. It's a totally different dynamic, and it's a totally different social structure than maybe just a couple of friends hanging out.
Yeah.
So, what like so for example, when I was obligated to my tribe, um, there are other groups in the area who would host celebrations for holy tides based around their calendars and how they do it, that we would get invited to. And as long as it didn't conflict with when we were holding ours, or any other conflicts, double booking or something else maybe going on, we
Yeah.
would try to make it out to them, because we wanted to show them that support. You know what I mean? We wanted to contribute to the thing, and give them that joy. You know what I mean? Just like we would invite others. Sometimes we would invite others that weren't part of the tribe to our events, and then other times we would keep it to where it was only a closed off, tribe only type of thing.
Yeah.
But we were still able to, we would have our thing that we would do, on one particular day, and then we would go and we would attend the other things. Like, so I'll just say, like Shadow Moot, when it was more ritualized, we would have our winter nights thing a week or two before or after Shadow Moot, whenever it so happened, because Shadow Moot has, I think, been more or less around the same calendar date every year. They're not as so much, like the hearth isn't so much focused on keeping things happening around the lunisolar patterns.
Yeah.
So we would do that with ours, though. We would keep our holy tides um, based around the cycles of the moon.
Yeah.
So if it so happened that their event fell on that weekend or whatever, we were obligated to ourselves as our tribe. So it's one
Yeah.
thing to consider, right? If you end up finding a group of people who you are aligned with, and they align with you, and everybody's getting along, and it's something that you want to continue to tie your weird with,
Yeah.
your obligations then become more strong. You know what I mean? And their obligations to you, your obligations to them.
Yeah.
Um, so it's a much different social dynamic than it would be for just two people. Now, you have history with this guy, right? He's been your friend, and he's been,
He's
you've been doing things together.
he's like a brother to me. We've been
Well,
together
then he's
for
yeah.
we've been together for about at least about 15 years as friends.
Oh, well then, yeah. I mean, like, if
Yeah.
I didn't really understand the context. Sherry's been lurking, hiding in the shadows. That's all right. Bat and I. Okay, cool. So Bat and Sherry do plan to be at Shadowmoot. That's great. I definitely do want to be there this year, where they're hosting it. It's in Kentucky, Hopkinsville, I believe. I definitely am going to try to be there, at least for the one
Yeah.
night. But yeah, no. And so, like, when you talk about a friendship that has
Yeah.
lasted for 15 years, I
Yeah.
think personally that your obligations to them are higher, than any other tribe that you might happen to come across now, because of that history that you have,
Yeah.
because of the length of time that you've been with them.
Oh, yeah.
So,
But also,
if you,
circle of friends is growing like crazy with my interaction within the community now. It's like,
yeah,
you know, but still, I can't find people who want the heathen when people want. Nobody wants the heathen. But it's not the
yeah,
heathen. Yeah.
when it's time to heathen, yeah, everybody wants to talk about it, and everybody want to be about it.
Got something going on. You know, on the lunar cycle, on the lunar solar cycle. There.
Yeah. Well, too, I don't know how it is in Alabama. What I've seen in the areas where I have more visibility to the things that I see in my communities,
Yeah.
is that when it comes down to actually putting in the work, no matter
Yeah.
what kind of group it is, whether it's pagan, witchy, heathen,
Yeah.
druid, whatever, when it comes down to actually putting the work in, when members of a group need to put the work in,
Yeah.
that's when things get, if
Yeah.
there's no strength, if there's no stability, if there's no understanding
Yeah.
that every person has a responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
then nothing gets done, and it fizzles out, and it crumbles apart. And I've noticed that with I don't know if it's just because of the way the world is getting, there's a lot of external noise that
Yeah.
is stealing peace from people. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it's people are stressed out a lot about
Yeah.
things these days, and they are looking more towards
Prob-
their own families, their own selves. They're protecting
yeah.
themselves and looking out for themselves, and they're not really. So it's like these other, tribes and groups and things that they were part of. It's the importance isn't there, um, which is ironic because I feel like in times of conflict and in times of stress, that's the time when you need your group of people to be closer.
Oh yeah.
Don't distance yourself from them and band
Yeah.
together. Lean
Oh
on one
yeah.
another, rely on one another, come together to comfort. Because if you're stressed out, they're stressed out. If you're feeling a certain way about things, so are they. And why go through those feelings alone when you can be there for
Yeah.
one another? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I think with like ritual stuff, though, yeah, you can. I mean, it's if you want to just run a marathon of ritual work over a weekend, and it's like that old around the holidays when everybody's going from one family's dinner to the other family's dinner, and then by the end of it all, you're zapped
Yeah.
because you've had so much of people that day.
Let
That's a
that
thing
let
too.
before Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Or Thanksgivings even, or Easter, right? Whatever the family's holiday traditions are. You know what I mean? So being around people in general, even if it's not in a ritual context, that can zap people's social energy. Um, some people are more sensitive to that than others too.
Oh yeah.
So, but I don't see
Um,
any reason to not, you know, be able to do both.
and like him, I get the same way sometimes in big groups, but
Yeah.
I I force myself because I want to. It's like when I get away from when I go to like the meadery on these days or when I do major events like Ren fairs or something or play music, I'm mostly exhausted at the end, but
Hmm.
it's a good exhaustion because I did it on my own power,
Yeah.
and that's what I've been doing lately since I went to the Highland concert back in 23, and I think that's what woke me up is like seeing that there's other people instead of being scared of other people, scared of groups that I was warned about,
Mm.
um, as being negative or anything like that, which I have never found negativity in that space. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's and then I do all these eclectic stuff like rituals and stuff with groups, stuff like the Wicker Man we do down here. It's technically not labeled as pagan because the meadery does not want to tie themselves to the aspect of paganism. Like a
Yeah.
religion itself. They because that's who hosts it is the meadery itself. P&O is not the meadery; it's the owner of the meadery privately doing a private event.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's the reason why she gets away with it. But she wants to, she don't want to get that attention on herself, or on her business, but will put the attention on herself.
Yeah, I get that. Again, it goes back to the whole like with the way the world is. I mean, people are malicious. They're mean, and with the way things are in the world,
They
people are just getting.
get involved in everybody's business.
Yeah, and they're doing so in very destructive and hurtful ways. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
it's I'm seeing people getting, run over by cars and shot at and stuff. I mean, for what now? Like, come on, people.
yeah,
It's ridiculous the way humanity has become so distraught over the condition of the world to lash out in such
yeah.
ways towards your fellow human beings.
Worry too much about what happened in the past instead of using that to move forward to the future. It's
Yeah, learn from that. You know what I mean? Learn from the past. It's we're doomed to repeat it. It's if you
yeah.
don't.
It's not my I realized a while ago is it's not my place to get involved in either side. It's just be there for whoever needs it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like people can change people, but they have to change on their own will, on their own accord.
Yeah. You know, all we can do is behave and act in ways
Yeah,
that are reflections of the changes that we want to see. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's you
yeah,
can't make somebody wake up if they want to stay asleep, and all you can do is be there for them when they do. When they wake up themselves,
yeah,
they'll need that person to they'll need somebody there to
yeah,
welcome them. You know what
yeah.
I mean? To be like, hey, good to see that you're awake now. You know, you've been asleep
Yeah,
for a long time.
instead of shouting at them for being wrong, you let them discover that they're wrong, and you be there for them. You know,
Yep.
when they come when
And you
they
know,
decide to wake up. Yeah, it's like
yeah, well, it can be. It can be such a jarring thing, you know, to have been thinking a certain way for so long, and then you realize that, man, this has been I've been wrong this whole time. You know what I mean? And that's a reality that not is not easy to face, and not many people want to face it.
yeah,
Nobody likes to be told that they're doing something wrong. I'm
yeah,
not in the I'm not in a position to tell anybody that they're doing something wrong. But there are things that are truths. There are that cannot be denied. That if you defy that, if you're going against what those truths are, hey, I'm not the
mhm,
one telling you that you're wrong. You're just being wrong. Like you're just wrong. It's as true as the truth itself. So
yeah,
it's not me saying that to them or telling them that. It's like showing. Well, read
yeah,
it. The writing's on the wall. It's plain. Like
yeah, yeah. And by telling somebody that they're wrong, it can push them further into that.
right. They'll become defensive.
That free will and stubbornness sets in, and it's like I'm gonna just do the opposite. Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah.
but I think more people will be more accepting of unfamiliar things if we're just not. I mean, if we just let them discover it. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, and there's a lot of that going on now too. I think one of the biggest uh, things to note is that in the midst of all of the turmoil, in the midst of all of the darkness, you know, all the tough things that make living in this world so unpleasant at times, there is also plenty of people out here that are doing work to better themselves.
oh yeah,
They are beacons of light in their communities. They are examples that other people can look at and look to and find inspiration in.
yeah,
Um, and you know, sometimes that gets lost in the shadows of all this mess,
yeah,
because that makes more noise. Um,
yeah,
but it is out here, you know. I mean, I'm not all doom and gloom and the world sucks and woe is us or anything like that.
yeah,
I mean, what it is. But there's also plenty of work being done by good people out here, and they're helping people.
yeah.
Uh, so yeah,
And that
if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough. Says Iron Wisp. One or the other.
but
Yeah.
yeah, um, but that's one of the reasons why I've stepped back when it comes to things like politics and stuff. It's just like
Mm.
just sit back and just say, just let things be. Um, as my grandmother used to say, it all come out in the wash.
Yep.
Hmm.
You know, and I mean, there's again for the people that I've never been the person to get into politics and this, that, or the
Yeah,
other. I leave it out of my content for obvious reasons, um,
yeah,
and I don't, but I have my own views on things. So that's my
yeah,
business, right? Just like it is
yeah,
yours, and I'm not here to try to convince anybody else. When things
yeah,
are wrong, right? When it's inherently wrong, I'm not going to sit by and let somebody be mistreated or taken advantage of, like
Oh yeah,
I will stand beside my people to protect them if their well-being is being threatened or attacked.
yeah.
But I'm also not going to be out here on like a soapbox every week. Like, listen to
Like
what I have to say about it.
yeah, I'm the same way. As like I won't just stand up for somebody in my own community. I'll stand up with somebody else outside my community. It's like if somebody's bullying somebody else, or you know, threatening somebody else or whatever, it's like, or belittling or whatever. I'm gonna stick up for the person that's being done. But
Yeah.
also, in the other way, I would also like to know a little bit more context before I jump into things.
See, that's the
It's like,
problem. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much that's going on that we don't know the
yeah,
details of, or the
it's
context
like
of.
because sometimes the guy who's being belittled did something to be belittled.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean, exactly. Like, if you poke a dog enough times and then it turns around and bites you, why are you mad at the dog? You know what I mean? Be mad at the idiot for poking them because you brought this on yourself. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Um,
So if you enter a situation and you see that happening, then what do? I mean,
and that's where I think a lot of people are. I get the sentiment, but sometimes, you know, mind your own business.
I think that's where you would step in and just separate everybody and just talk and then have them talk it out.
Yeah.
If you can.
It's a one of those split-second decisions. Whatever decision you make, you better be committed. If you're going to get involved, pick a
Yeah,
side and go through with it. Don't
yeah.
half-ass it. Um,
Well, I think I think in my opinion, I think you can still, if you get involved, you can still go the middle route. What you do is you can just let everybody cool down so you can get the full story, and then
yeah,
pick a
yeah,
side.
yeah. Right. Well, I mean, what I mean by is if you're going to commit to getting involved, then don't
Yeah,
half-ass it. Like, be committed in that action, right?
yeah,
So you can remain neutral,
yeah.
right? You guys, break it up, step aside, whatever. Let's cool off, whatever. Kind of be that mediator, peacekeeper type person without
That
picking a side.
judicial type person, and
Yeah,
figure out who's right or wrong in that situation. Instead of just jumping to conclusions because somebody's being belittled, say, "Hey, you're scum for this, this, this," but you can just go in and say, "Hey, wait, what's going on here?"
yeah,
And see
yeah. It's
who's in
different.
the right,
Yeah,
who's
people try.
right.
Yeah, usually walk in on the two people and they're having this argument. You don't know the context about it. It'd be different if you were like maybe sitting down and you were within earshot and you got to hear everything that from where it started and you're like, wow,
Yeah,
this guy or
exactly.
girl, whatever is really out of line here. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
and then at that point it's a choice. Do you get involved and do you intervene and stand
yeah,
up for the person who's being mistreated? Um, it's a choice that and it goes back to some of the heathen worldviews of weird. You know what I mean? Like, those are times when if you do something, you have now tied your weird in with theirs. You've a piece of
yeah,
the threads have now become interwoven. So
yeah,
there's
yeah,
important metaphysical things happening too at that point. So
yeah. And I think that's the time if you get too heated, though, that's for your where it can get just tangled up.
right, yeah, exactly. Is this something that I want to throw my threads in?
Like, yeah, it's like because if you slam two threads together, they'll just wrap around and get knotted.
Yeah, right, and then you got to
So
deal with this mess yourself to try to untangle it. And it's like, what was it? Was this worth it? You do anything good here? No, you just created you just created a ball of knots.
yeah, bird's nest or rat's nest as they call it too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like those nights when I forgot to brush my hair.
Yeah,
Uh, after waking up, and 2 days ago, I'm like, oh, what is this mess in my head that I'm having
yeah.
to detangle and stuff? Yeah,
Or if you ever gone fishing with the rod and reel and you cast your line the wrong way, especially those open bail ones,
oh
those things
yeah,
get things get birds net like what they call birds nests in those things if you don't. and they're so
I
frustrated to get out. And
Yeah, that's the worst. I remember being out on the lake dealing with that.
stops your day of fishing. I mean, or it doesn't stop your day of fishing. It just stops your that moment right there. So you have to go back and reset, or even cut that area, and then reset your line, and
Yeah,
re- and then cast back out.
yeah. You have to deal with the mess before you can continue with the activity that you're wanting to participate
Oh,
in. You got to deal with the problem now. You know what I mean?
yeah, dealing with it's and that's life. You know, it's if you if you just slam your own weird into somebody else's, it's going to create a mess. But if you
Yeah.
gently go in, then you can actually start weaving.
This is a good point. Because it is a weave. You know what I mean? It's delicate.
Yeah,
It's
it's
purposeful.
it's like a dance.
But yeah, I was um I was watching something the other day. They're a group of Baltic, I think, or Slavic, maybe, women. They sing native songs, folk songs. Um, so
Yeah,
it's all like a cappella type stuff, but they do have, rattles, drums,
yeah,
some other like native instruments that I don't know the names of because I'm not I don't know. Um, but so it's like five or six, maybe seven different women, and they all like sit around or stand in a circle, but when they're singing, I was watching because there was a video that was that I shared on Facebook the other day where when you watch one of the women as she's singing,
mm,
she's doing like this with her hands, and it's like her eyes are closed and she's singing and performing, and it's almost like she's like threading needles or threading twine or
yeah,
whatever. The motions of her hands
oh
is
yeah,
as if she's weaving or doing something. And I thought, man, what a if you don't think about that when you're watching it, it could it may not mean anything to the average person, but to me it was like I don't know what these women are saying. I don't speak the language. I don't understand it. Without trying to
yeah.
find like a translation
A lot of
in the
singers do
comments
that.
or
A lot of
something.
singers will move their hands like up or down as they sing. There's this one woman who does online. I forgot her name, but she sings something. She does something called polyphonic singing, harmonic singing. And whereas it's what it is it's where you can sing like one note and sing another note just out of out of one mouth. It is weird and
Oh yeah, I know
real.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's so you can do like overtones
Hmm.
inside inside of your. And she will do her hands the same way when she's going through those notes and stuff.
Yeah, I wonder
And
if it's.
huh?
I wonder if it's like the visualization or like I need to sing higher, so I'm going to raise my hand higher, or I need to sing lower, so I bring my hand lower. If it's that connection between the voice and the body part to move it in that way, that helps with that.
Yeah, I guess it does because sometimes even students of voice singing and stuff will actually hand sign as well the the notes. Like if you are familiar with solfege, which is the notation for singing, which is basically do re mi fa sol la ti do, and the in between do di re re all the way up. Then there's like hand signs for each one, and it's wild how people can think of this stuff like as they're singing.
Right. Iron Wisp is an amazing singer. Is Anna Marie Heffel or Heffeli? I don't know. Might have to look that up there because um, I don't know who she's with or if she's a performer with a group.
Mm.
But yeah, thank you for that, Iron Wisp. We'll check it out. And yeah, I don't know, like I think singing is just an amazing craft. You know what I mean? To be that in
Yeah.
tune with your body, to um,
Mm,
have it produce those melodies.
mm.
I was telling I was telling my wife and a friend of ours a couple weeks ago. We were sitting around playing games one night, and we were talking about like musical guilty pleasures.
Uh-huh.
Um, do you have any? Do you have any like guilty pleasures of music that if you were to tell somebody, they'd be go like, "What? Like that doesn't." I don't picture you enjoying something like that. Like, do you have anything like that?
Oh, I have hundreds of guilty pleasures of music.
You want to know what mine is?
What?
I like not all the time, and
Yeah.
it only very certain times. I like to not just listen but watch opera singers.
Oh, I love watching opera singers sing.
Yeah, and they looked
So
at me both like, kind of like that, like look on their face. I'm like, listen, I don't know. It's just something about
yeah,
the emotion that they carry with them, and then the power of their voice, man. Like just for them to hit those notes, both male and female singers, I think are in opera are it's a
you know,
amazing craft.
if you know me very well, you know that some of my guilty pleasures are like bluegrass and country, and also like a lot of different folk band stuff. It's not just
Mhm.
only dark folk either. Um, One of my favorite Celtic singers is Julie Fallis,
I've heard of her.
and she sings in pure, um, just nothing but Gaelic.
Mm,
Have you ever heard Gaelic being sung? It is just amazing and just mesmerizing.
yeah.
That Shetland, especially the Shetland Gaelic, when somebody sings that way, and then they'll do these like really like these pops in their voice when they sing.
Yeah.
When they get that rhythmic sound, and it's just really cool how hear all the hear Gaelic being sung.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
it's like an echo from the past. You know what I mean? Like those languages that I think Gaelic still gets spoken in parts of Ireland, doesn't no, doesn't it still?
Ireland and Scotland, yes, especially
Yeah,
the Shetland Islands. Oh, no,
yeah,
Shetland. No, not Shetland Islands. Isle of Skye.
Skye, yeah. But it is such a language that there's not that many speakers left of it.
Yeah,
Um, it's kind of like
just
an
a hand. Yeah,
old language that the old timers that are still alive
yeah,
know it, and then have taught it, in some of these local villages or these small places. So for them to be preserving their language through song, um, I mean, I love it. I love
yeah,
folk music in any context.
yeah.
But when you
I
get to hear
I
their,
like the more like it's more modern and Scandinavian folk, but it's what they come out what you see today with it with like the fiddles, the nickel harpa, taggle harpa as well as in that mix. Um, Hardinger fiddle, just that kind of offbeat rhythm that doesn't mathematically compute in our Western brains how
mm,
this can sound be music because the rhythms don't match. It's not.
oh wow,
It's it's like like what they call polskas, are really like offbeat, and they'll go like da 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 zat da 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 da. So like, and it just goes off into something else that you cannot. My mind can't fathom half the time, and
mm,
I try to listen to it more and more and try to figure it out, and I'm hoping one of these days that I can bring that to Skaldic Works as well, or to some other band, because
yeah,
even Skaldic Work is not the end all be all for me. It will. I'm hoping that it could be a springboard into other things because I would like to, like, I didn't intend for this to be my musical moniker. I intended for me to join a bigger group, find other people, and then and then make music with them, and then hopefully go away from the solo stuff for a while because
Yeah, like collaborations.
I work best in the band. It's like because that way I have somebody behind me. See, I'm was stoked when somebody asked me for the Ren Fair coming up in Arab. Somebody asked me if a friend of theirs could play percussion for me, and so yeah, and we did that. We started we rehearsed Saturday, and he used my drums because he does all he had was a djembe, and so
Hmm.
I let him he was using that drum right there, and the davul I have down here, just waiting to be played and stuff, and we he created some really good rhythms on top of my own stuff, some better rhythms I think I can create, and then
Mm,
a friend of mine's gonna be playing with me on two different 20-minute intervals before the Wicker Man ceremony on the day of Wicker Man, the 25th of October, and she is going to do some lay down some rhythms for me, and they're different.
nice.
What they created are completely different and sound different, and I like it because I like somebody else's input, and it's kind of cool, but it feels kind of dirty that we can't just create something different. It's like they're
Yeah.
playing they're playing only my stuff, and that feels like I'm being selfish to to let to only let them play my music. But that's the only
Mm,
music I have right now that we can do.
yeah. Right.
We
Well,
can't
maybe
just come up.
it's like, yeah, just come up with something on the cuff, or other
Yeah,
people's.
we don't have that much time to write a full piece or a couple, five full pieces.
Yeah.
Off the cuff. But
Yeah.
also sometimes it'd be kind of cool just to get in there and just freestyle.
That's what I was about to say. Is like just gonna do. Let's see where like spirit kind of leads you guys. You know what I mean? And
And you've seen me do that before. I
yeah,
think.
Shadow Moon. I think
Yeah,
we
I did
guys. You,
that off, and I did a few of my own things, and sometimes I just went completely in left field and stuff I didn't even know I could do. And I was like, I wish I had my recorder for this, because I probably couldn't duplicate this again.
right?
I am bad at remembering what I
Yeah.
wrote. Reason why I probably written like probably over a couple about 20 to 50 more pieces that I forgot, and
Yeah.
it's it's like getting that. And the thing is, I also write really good with somebody else plays like rhythm or something else over it, because that's when the wild stuff comes out. That's when I can figure out that groove to make it sing the way it needs to be sung.
Hmm. Yeah. Just have that baseline kind of laid down to
Yeah,
kind of like a foundation or a blueprint, I guess. Right.
yeah. It's just like magic. It's just like when you get a bunch of people together, it's like minded.
Well, that's one of the things that I love about drum circles, and it's not a performance like music concert or anything like that. Um,
Yeah,
but when you've got people like the one time I did a small drum circle here in Murfreesboro, it was it was a global thing. Like it was a global event. Everybody around the world was going to start drumming. It was right
it's
before the
solar
solar
event.
eclipse. Yeah. So
Yeah,
there was this big global thing where whatever local time, like it was like 11:11 local time. It didn't matter where you were in the
right.
world on this date at that time. Everybody's gonna get and we're gonna drum, whether it was a drum circle or your individuals. That way, that song, that rhythm would be continuous, and it was cool because people showed up who I'd never met before. We had no
Yeah,
previous interactions. Some of these people had never picked up a drum a day in their life. They didn't know what to do, and I said,
yeah,
that's okay. We don't have to know what to do. Just move in a way that the rhythm
yeah,
speaks to you, right? The rhythm will help you, right? And you will go with that rhythm, and the rhythm will take you there. The rhythm is going to get you, right, Gloria Stefan? And so,
No,
and that's what
yeah, it's
happened,
like,
man. Like we all got in there, and next thing you know, there's just this beautiful rhythm, a beat, and song
oh
and
yeah,
spirit that's moving from complete strangers. You know, people again who had never met a day in their lives before, never touched a drum, had no idea what they were doing, quote unquote, but they were doing it. They did it.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it
love it
was like it. Sometimes that can be the best feeling is just
for sure.
to get together and just play. You know,
Yeah,
it's even
we can do that
musically.
again.
It's like musically, somebody comes up with something, and then all of a sudden somebody chimes in with a different part, and then it all melds together, and then all of a sudden you got a song or you got
Right.
something. And then if we decide we like it and we want to keep it and record it down or document it, then we document and then
Yeah.
go on from there.
Yeah, and how many great songs have been recorded that started off as just a jam session,
Oh yeah.
or like I'm not the biggest Guns N' Roses fan, but wasn't like Welcome to the Jungle, like that was done in one take. Like they just they played it one take, and that was it. Like there was no let's do it again, let's do it again, let's figure it out. It was one of their songs. I think it was Welcome to the Jungle that was like, we're just gonna do this. We're
Yeah.
just gonna hit record and go,
I
and
learned
that's
of,
what it was.
I learned of one band where this one guy was just playing where one of the guys was playing just a guitar or something like that in the studio, and it became one of the I forgot what it was. It was a story I heard. That he was they were just sitting in the studio and he was just playing the guitar or something, and it became one of the greatest hits
Yeah,
from that on that album and stuff. What-
that's
I
what I'm
forgot.
saying, man. Like things can happen without it being planned for it to. You know, you just never know when inspiration's gonna strike and how it's gonna. You know.
And sometimes if it is planned, it's good.
No, yeah, yeah. Clearly, I
Yeah,
mean, having a plan and working that plan is good,
yeah,
but you just never know when, like you say, you go off the plan a bit. You go off the beaten path
yeah.
and start noodling around. Um,
Hmm.
and next thing you know, you figure out this great lick or this great rhythm or this great beat or whatever,
Yeah,
and it becomes
yeah,
it becomes iconic.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it also happens with songs that you already do know. Like
Hmm.
sometimes I'm not sure if you have ever been there. I have always wanted to go to like a full Irish session or Celtic session where they can play
Yeah.
like for hours, just traditional songs for
Yeah,
hours.
I haven't been to I haven't been to anything like that. I've been to like a little bar here in town one time that had these two guys they were playing like old Irish folk songs, and it was one guy he'd play guitar, and the other guy would play like mandolin, or what I mean, like it was just two of them. So they would switch up. One, he'd have a fiddle, and have the guitar, and it was
Yeah,
all just very.
yeah.
But they did, man. There was like uh,
But
2 hours
sometimes
long,
those Irish
3 hours
sessions,
long.
it's kind of like the kind of like the jam sessions we do in bluegrass as well. Is that you'll all sit together in a
Yeah,
circle. Somebody plays a song, another person plays a song after that, and then we just keep going, and we can go for hours
right,
and
right,
hours until we're tired or
yeah.
hungry.
And that's the beautiful thing about these types of things. They are bonding experiences. They are bonding
Hmm.
activities. So whether it's bonding over music, or bonding over meals, or bonding over stories.
Yeah,
These are practices. These are activities
yeah.
that our ancestors passed the time with. You know what I mean? They connected with each other over song and
Wait,
over
wait, they're also
merriment. And
keeping weird there.
right, exactly. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You're literally songs are they contain words, and words
Yeah.
is casting spells, right? That's why they call it spelling,
Yeah.
and
I think
it's
a modern
magic.
jam session is kind of like a sober version of the ancient stumble.
Could be. You know what I mean? Like obviously Stumble had its purpose and had its
Yeah.
precedent. Um,
Yeah.
but when you think about the skalds, you know what I mean, or the bards,
Yeah.
these were individuals who at the time were extremely sought after. They were coveted for their skill with being able to not only play the instrument but to be poetic and to speak
Yeah.
words, because to be a skald under the retinue of a king, like that was, you were somebody back then, man. If you were able to sing songs in the king's courts or in the chieftains halls and this and
Yeah.
that, because they had stories that they wanted to be told, and nobody wrote anything down, so it was always done over song,
Yeah.
or through sagas. So to have that skill, to have that ability to be masterful at it, was something that was highly sought after, and you were important. You were an important figure
Yeah.
at that time. So to carry those traditions forth now, like you say, those jam sessions, or just having that time with people,
Yeah.
it's calling back to that time
Oh
when
yeah.
it meant something more than just entertainment. It was
Oh yeah.
entertaining, but it meant something more than that. There was stories to be heard, and there were sagas to
Yeah.
be retold, and fame to be lived on. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It was great stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But that's, I mean, again, that all pre even goes even way back to even prehistoric times when music was being discovered.
yeah. When we were just beating on rocks and trees, and
Could you imagine how
just
a caveman jam session would be like you hear like a drum, they have some kind of drum making, and they go ooh ah
yeah.
it just
And
grind.
then again, you never know, man. They could have been out. They could have been out there, serenade, like acapella, freaking Frank Sinatra, man, dude. Ooga booga. I don't know. Just
Yeah.
you know, we could be selling them short. We could be they could have been some real tenors back there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That'll be something. That'll be like a good comical idea is to do modern songs in style cavemen.
Sure. Oh yeah, I love those types of things, man. Where they'll do, like, sing this song in the style of another performer.
Yeah.
Uh, like I saw one earlier today. It was um, Metallica's "Enter Sandman,"
Yeah.
but it was sung by George Strait.
Oh
Of
yeah.
course, it was an AI thing.
Oh
Obviously, it
yeah.
wasn't really George Strait, but it was, if George Strait sang um, "Enter Sandman" by Metallica, and I'm like, this actually kind of works. Like, you use the same lyrics, but you change it. So what they did, man, was they took the lyrics of "Enter Sandman" and
Yeah.
they put it to the melody of something like "Amarillo by Morning."
Yeah.
so so like, instead
Or
of "Amarillo by Morning," it was
or like
like
the lyrics to Country Roads, but and to War Pigs.
yeah, 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 stuff like that, the mashups and
They
the
flipped it. They flipped it, and they did War Pigs to Country Roads.
yeah, I've
And
heard that
John
one too.
singing.
Yeah,
It was funny.
yeah, I love stuff like that. Makes me, like, I want to get, like, albums of just, or playlists where it's nothing but those
Yeah.
mashups, and then I show them to my wife, and she'll just be like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "I'm not the one that made it. I just find it entertaining."
Yeah.
So, well, dude, man, this has been a great time. I think I'm probably gonna wrap this one up for the night now,
Yeah.
since we've gotten through most everything. We've been rapping for about an hour, and almost an hour and a
Yeah.
half.
Yeah.
Great
Said
seeing
what
everybody.
we said what we need to say anyway about the topic anyway, so that's
Yeah,
good.
which, by the way, I hope that, I know when you write in, a lot of times those
Yeah.
things become a podcast, whether with you or without. I hope that what I was able to say gave did if you had questions or did anything, did I help out in any way? Did I answer that for you or?
Yeah, it was like a big twist kind of idea, but um,
Yeah,
going towards that, and yeah, it kind of hits home and answers it pretty well. It's it's a conundrum having more two different groups of friends, and
yeah,
both are heathen, and both sets are heathen, but they won't do heathen to get things together. Yeah,
right, yeah, yeah. And you're kind of caught in the middle.
yeah,
Like you want to be there for both, and be like,
yeah.
well, it'd be so much easier if we just did this all together.
But but no, but see, I can't force them to. You can't force them to do it.
No, no, no,
They have
no.
they have to go out on their own and do it. They want
Yeah.
to,
Well,
and
do they at least know about each other? Like, if that's the situation, does this guy know about those people?
yeah, he knows about other people, the other people I hang out with and stuff.
Yeah,
But again, I haven't established anything else further than just going to these eclectic events right now. But I'm
yeah,
hoping to find get these people that I do know that are heathen together somehow. Some are further away from me than anything. So my goal is just try to find a mutual area just to do it.
yeah.
And
That's all
to
you got to
bring
do,
that.
man.
Yeah,
Just got to set
and
it up.
yeah. Well, I'm thinking about restarting another heathen meetup soon in my local area,
Hmm.
or maybe not here, but probably I'll talk to Rue about doing it at the meadery, and hopefully we can get something like that started. But I'm not gonna have it just stay at the meadery. I'm gonna have it rove from place to place and
Yeah,
try that method. That way we can go across like North Alabama, just having these different kindreds or tribes come out of the woodwork and then come and just represent themselves and hand out information to new people.
yeah. That'd be great. That's kind of like
Yeah,
what we used to do here with like the park moots. You know what I mean? Where we would get a pavilion somewhere
yeah,
and just hang out for the afternoon,
yeah,
um, and let everybody know, hey, this is where we're gonna be. Come on out
yeah,
if you want to. And dude, I've met so many cool people, so many good
yeah.
people. Got some great connections from doing stuff like that, and you know,
Oh, yeah.
it's
It's
just got to
just,
be
just
consistent about it.
yeah, and just finding people to help out with that to get it organized, and then we
I
do
know.
like doing a traveling type deal with it, where 1 month we're here, 1 month we're there, and we will announce it ahead of time where we're going to be 2 months ahead of time. It's like we have the plan to where we're going so we can hype it up for that area
Yeah,
and just give that information out and have people that can help represent us very well and to get these small little sectors to
I
pop
know,
up.
right? Because that's the problem with the. I say problem. I mean, it's just the reality of we're all so displaced.
Yeah,
People, I mean, in general. You know what I mean? We're
yeah,
we're not as close to one another as people used to be.
yeah,
Neighborhoods used to be smaller. You know what I mean? Now, some of the closest people I know are
yeah.
500 miles away from me. You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
or 100 miles away or whatever. It's like,
I think so. Something I realized too is if you think about it like Archeathan times, the tribe itself would be spread out for a couple of miles, probably at least about 50 to 100 miles,
I mean,
because
the region, yeah, for sure. I
yeah,
don't know how
see,
disparate
the
the
village is
tribes
surrounded by
were.
the region. Yeah,
Yeah.
so like the area like North Alabama itself would probably, maybe not that in that context because depending on the size, if you look at the size of Norway and Sweden and everything else, it's kind
Oh
of
yeah.
it's not as
The
we're
countries are
huge.
smaller than.
Yeah, so they would be traveling like 10 to 50 miles, the 25 miles, probably on foot to from out. They're out in the sticks, you know. Somebody's out in the sticks comes into town, you know, to do bloat, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, well, the yeah, when it comes to like the holy tides, obviously that was
Yeah,
a communal thing, and so it didn't matter how far away.
yeah.
At least I don't think. Maybe if we can say for sure. But if you look
Yeah.
at some of
See,
the
a
maps from back
chieftain,
then.
even a village chieftain or a chieftain of a village can be over like a lot of land outside the village, you know,
Yeah,
and the people that live out there, like that live out in the middle
I
of
I,
nowhere.
I think probably your tribes had a like they had these yards, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
or these smaller
yeah,
compounds, if you will, of people that lived in them, and those were your tribes. And then you go far enough away because you got to figure the tribe was there for one another. The lifestyle was
yeah,
everyone relied on one another. So if I needed you, Blake, and you're 100 miles away from me by foot in northern
yeah,
Germany or Norway, like that, forget about it. You're not getting to me that day. You might get to me in a
yeah,
couple of days, but
yeah,
the rest of the people that were in your immediate yard or in your immediate enclosure, those are the
yeah,
people that you could rely on, that could rely on you. So the society was different. How the social structure was much
yeah,
closer, and that's what I mean by when we look at that in our modern American landscapes and lifestyles.
yeah,
We're so far spread apart, it makes
yeah,
it damn near impossible to achieve that unless you own a bunch of land and can build these small, like, sheds or huts or outbuildings and whatnot, right, and put people in there and be like, we're all living together on this compound sort of situation. uh,
oh yeah.
Being as spread apart as we are makes for a very difficult, um, getting people together more than
Especially
just a few
living
times
in
a year.
especially living in a landscape where it's always now become being developed.
That's it. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, everywhere you
Like
turn around, there's another apartment building getting
we're losing
put up.
Limestone County, that where I live now, is losing more farmland to housing development.
Yeah.
It's like we. I look out like once what was used to be viable farmland is now a subdivision,
I know.
suburbs. And I'm
It's
like,
crazy. It's
it's
terrible. I
like
hate it.
I'm like wondering who is coming here, who's living in all this. Yeah,
California, man. That's what it is. No disrespect to the people that watch or listen that are out in California, but we're full already. Go go somewhere else.
yeah. But here's the thing: is if you go east of Huntsville,
Yeah.
it's like it's still like nearly not as touched as it used to be. You know,
Well,
because
that's good.
because it's mountains.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can only do so much.
Try to develop in mountains, man. Phew. That's the reason.
Uh,
But I love the mountains so much. I mean, I would if I could live anywhere, it would be in the near or in the mountains or in the valley of the mountains. Just
mhm.
like even down here, it's like um, you go that way, it's just like untapped resources there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
The
like
raw beauty of it is
yeah.
great.
The only thing
I'll be
is
in
the,
I'll be in the Blue
the
Ridge Mountains this week
yeah.
for Fire on the Mountain again. I can't wait.
Oh yeah. I've been wanting to go back, but see, if I do this thing, I'll be in the shadow. If I do that Trials of Ragnarok, it's not in the technically in the Smokies, but it's in the
Hey,
foothills
you're
Smokies.
pretty close. Yeah, I mean you're
It's
right on
south.
you're in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's in the neighborhood, but it's like you could probably see them from where we're at,
Yeah.
but we'd probably be in them.
Yeah, Clinton is a bit south of that, I think.
They'll be like way over there.
Yeah. Where is
It's
this
like
over yonder, as they say.
over yonder.
There's here There's here, there's there, and then there's over yonder.
Yeah, yeah, and there's there, there's over yonder. I forget there's one more, I think.
Is there really? Way over yonder? I don't know.
Yeah, or down the road.
Oh shit! Down the road could be 5 miles.
Yeah,
Could be 10. You just don't know.
it could be 100.
Could be, yeah. I mean, I live down the road. Really, where at? I'm in Nashville, dude. That's 40 miles away. What do you mean down the road? I mean, to me, I can see down the road.
Yeah, or over there, up there, through
Yeah,
there.
right, yeah, right, yeah. But yeah, dude, it was great to touch base with you again.
Yeah.
Thanks for the updates with what you got going on.
Oh yeah,
If you don't mind, send me. Well, this is live, of course, but this will be going up on next week's podcast. So for those that didn't catch it live, so
yeah,
send me some of the information about where you're going to be performing, and for those that are watching live, Blake is with Scalded Works. Find him on Facebook, YouTube, I think Instagram as well. Um,
yes.
but Scalded Works, follow him on all his socials so you can stay up to speed on where he's going, when he's doing. He does have some live shows scheduled over the next few months, hopefully in different areas, Alabama, maybe Tennessee.
And two of
Um,
those I was
so yeah,
asked to do.
follow him and then
Yeah.
yeah, well, good, good.
If it,
I hope you get plenty of more. I hope you get many more.
Scottsboro was the only one I've actually applied for. So,
Great. Well, I wish you
but
luck with that, man, and good luck with that. Yeah.
yeah, the Arab woman, a friend of mine, actually asked me about it, and then some random person asked me to do the one in Clinton. I'm like, how in the world did he find me? But
Man,
I
that'd be
realized
interesting to know, but I'm glad he did.
I have an Instagram with over 300, and I have a YouTube channel with almost 1,000 subscribers. I'm at
The
900.
algorithms is algorithming.
I'm at 924 right now. And it keeps going
Awesome.
up and down. So I'm like, somebody keep that consistent and shoot it up, please.
Right, guys, go ahead and subscribe to him on YouTube for those that are either watching right now or listening later.
Yeah.
Show him your
I'm like,
support, man.
like around almost 60, a little over 60 subscribers left from becoming 1,000.
Yeah, well, good, man. I wish you nothing but the best of success with it. Keep doing
Oh
what
yeah,
you're doing because you're getting people's attention, so you're on the
yeah.
right path.
Oh yeah.
So good luck.
Falls in place.
That's right. But we're going to go ahead and end the stream. I'll talk with you just a couple minutes after that if you want to hang around for just a minute.
No problem.
But for everybody else that has tuned in and watched this month's live stream, thank you very much for your participation and your support. Thank you to Sherry Lynn and Iron Wisp, Maccabee Designs, David Klen, John Deason, Corey Thomas, and anybody else who maybe was watching and didn't comment. Your viewership is appreciated. Your support is greatly appreciated. And if you want to continue to support what we do here, but you can do so by becoming a patron on Patreon. That's, as you see scrolling on your screen there, patreon.com/MidgardMusings. Joining at the Carl tier is the most affordable way for you and the most consistent way to support the production of the show because it's just a $1 pledge. And I don't think you can get much of anything for $1 these days. So check it out, Midgard Musings, patreon.com/Midgard Musings. Check out Blake with Scalded Works on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Show him your support. Catch him at a live performance that he has coming up somewhere. Just follow his socials so you know where he'll be. And thank you, Blake, for being on the show this week and joining me on the live stream. I appreciate you, man.
All right, no problem.
And everybody else, thank you for being here as well. And take care until we see each other again. May the gods continue to notice you, and may your ancestors smile upon you. We'll see you in the next one.